Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's The Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 266. I am B.
Chick.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are back to our old way
We have no
for now.
So we have no idea what you're gonna hear.
Yeah,
Because
we don't
have-
know.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put out a poll and see what the fans like.
I like saying that too, because whenever we put out a poll, we might get 5 votes. But hey, let's see what the 5 people say.
Do you guys
And
like...
me, you, and Ryan will be 3 of those votes.
Yeah, I won't
Right.
vote.
Yeah, I won't vote on that.
Yeah, I won't either.
I know you will. So yeah, do you guys like the way we did it today? The old school intro or the new intro where we were sort of explaining what we were talking about?
The retroactive intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a much better way of saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got upwards of 2 complaints about the new way, so we immediately crawled back to the old.
Yeah,
crawled back to
that's
the
all
old
it
style.
takes.
That's
Yeah.
all it takes.
So
I
if
thought
you-
you got something too, or maybe it was just you.
Not on, no, I don't think no.
Maybe-
I thought about it.
maybe
I said,
you were the other
on the
complaint.
way home yesterday or last week, I said, part of me likes starting it like this,
Yeah.
but I also do like to tell people what to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of I could see it both ways.
Yeah, well, listen. For
Well,
now,
if
you're
there's
going to
a-
have to find out on your own, I guess.
Listen, if there's anything you want different about the podcast, just text B, and we'll immediately we'll immediately change everything. Whatever you guys want, just let us know.
That's not going to always be the case.
No, it's not.
Usually I won't.
because somebody's
answer
gonna
the
say,
text.
"Oh, I want you to do it shirtless," and I'm like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah.
I would come on shirtless though. Although you know what? Can I tell you one thing? Just speaking of shirtless, I saw Burt Kreischer's new movies out,
What's that? Oh, that's right.
Machine.
That's right. It was out. Yeah, right.
and I was debating should I give it a watch? Should I give it a shot?
Oh, you haven't even you didn't watch.
Well,
seen
I
it.
was because I like him, but I'm also kind of like I don't find him the funny, and I'm kind of feel like this movie is just going to be more of they're going to try
a
and turn the
machine.
joke into a movie.
Yeah.
like and I don't know. It looks awful,
Yeah, I have zero interest in.
I
seeing
have
it.
no interest in it.
Yeah.
so that's why. But I watch everything, so I was
Yeah, well,
like
if you got
debating
time-
it.
yeah, I mean,
I got a lot of time, so
I've watched
Well, you
bad
give
movies.
it a watch just because it's you. I do like him on certain podcasts, but I have no interest in his stand up or
Yeah.
anything else. But I've heard him on podcasts. He's pretty good on some podcasts.
Yeah.
It does feel like a tired act.
like yeah, I like him, but I'm just kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like it was funny, and now I'm just like, okay, what's next from you?
yeah.
That's not the same.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I don't. I feel like he told that joke like in his first like 3 specials. He ended the special.
Yeah, because
with it.
people want. He's like everybody wants to hear it, so just do it
Yeah.
again.
I
It's
think
not,
maybe he's over emphasizing how much people want to hear the story. And He's
Yes.
like, "Oh, people want to hear it." I'm like, "No, do they?" At this point, want to hear it?
If I was at his show, I think I'd be good without hearing the
Yeah, I don't
I
ever
wouldn't-
want to hear it again. I've heard
Yeah.
it 17 times.
Yeah.
Like I don't care to hear it again.
I think I heard it once, and then I didn't after that.
Well, if you watch, like he said, he told it on his first 3 specials. It was literally,
Yeah.
he's literally
I think
his
the
first
one.
two.
The first one they showed the whole thing, and then I think the
second one he
ones-
did it.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure
I
he-
thought he started telling it, and like that's when they cut it. The special, like he told it live, but then like they didn't actually show it in the special. But
You know what? Maybe I don't know. I thought I could have sworn that he did it the first
Anyway,
two.
I didn't even like it the first time I heard it.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I was like bored by the story. I was like, okay, first of all, I don't believe half of this,
yeah.
and also like the punchline is like the machine. Like I don't. I'm not.
Do you think it's completely fake, that story?
I think there's elements of
Yeah, I
truth
think
to
it's
it.
yeah, yeah.
It seems like that's how we. I don't know him from.
Yeah, they elaborate.
Yeah.
They-
Oh, I get it. I mean, most people elaborate, but I wasn't sure. I mean, would they?
Except me. That's why I have no career.
yeah, me too.
I'm going to tell it
I'm
exactly how it is.
Well, because
I'm married
most
to the
truth, yeah, is not going to be
Yeah.
that exciting.
Yeah.
yeah, My uncle's like that. My uncle tells stories, and as he's telling them, I'm like, I'm just nodding along, being like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how many of them there were you? Well, 8 of them against just you. Wow.
My great uncle used to always tell us, but he like purposely would throw himself in the middle of every major historical event that ever happened. Like
He's Forrest Gump.
like
Gump.
yeah, we knew they weren't true, and he kind of knew we knew they weren't true, but he would still he hung up the flag at Iwo Jima.
Oh, yeah.
you know, like he was one. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a lot of things.
Yeah.
And
What does
he's-
that need in people like to want?
I think that was part of just being a storyteller for the
Yeah.
kids, like having fun with
Yeah,
it.
no, I much prefer to just tell the truth.
I mean,
got
we
s-
enjoyed it. We laugh about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you
now.
laugh
It's
about
like-
it. I feel like I got some good stories on my own that like.
Oh, I don't.
All right, maybe they're not. I didn't. I wasn't at the flags. I didn't. You know, I wasn't through historic events, but I got some good tales. I could tell. So I don't know.
I agree.
I just feel like people like, oh, people they want to hear like a fun story, and I'm like, but because they think you're telling the truth. Like the reason why people like a story is that they think that's what happened. Like comics just openly admit, like, oh yeah, you know, you embellish and you do that. I'm like, but people don't want to know that. Like they want to know.
keep that to yourself
Yeah,
first.
they want to know you're telling them a true story.
Yeah.
Like who would tell? Like, oh my god, what a crazy story! Like if it didn't even happen, who cares?
I agree totally.
Yeah, I could make up like watch a movie. That didn't know that happen either.
And that's what I have trouble with is because like I always feel like when I wanted to do comedy, like we did those jokes that I did, and I didn't feel natural at all. And I feel like I would want to tell my life stories, but I'm like, I don't know if they'll be funny. Like I find them funny, my friends do.
Well, you got to punch them up. And
Exactly.
punching them up to me is not just
Embellishing, it's-
embellishing them. It's finding jokes in there, maybe little offshoots of a joke or like a
Okay.
you know you, as the story goes, the setup of it, you find jokes in there to say like
Right.
you make
That's
a
what
comment.
I
You say,
want to
like,
do
if a-
without lying about the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like how
if
do
a-
I do this?
Like if another character comes in, you describe that character and you make it funny. You describe that character in a funny way, and
Yeah.
you make that's to me a good storyteller is details. But
And that's how I
truth.
envisioned my comedy. Like when I wanted to.
He's
do
got
it.
a vision. Of
No,
his
but like
comedy.
when I was like, oh, I want to take a shot at this. That's kind of what I was like. I'll just talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't have like a clever, like witty line. You know.
Well, I think I think with something like comedy, you have to like figure out the basics first.
Oh yeah, I agree.
know? It's like just getting up there and learning how
Well,
to
yeah,
talk.
just getting up there and having to talk. So that's why I'm happy. Like I have that stuff
You
that
got
I can
that.
still. And then
But you know that it
I just didn't feel natural.
I think
yeah.
you could go up and just start telling stories though. Like
you
could just
can,
go-
but he was also he didn't feel like he wasn't natural. Like it.
My stories weren't like me telling the story to you two sitting here would be a lot different than if you heard it on stage from me.
He wouldn't be able to go up and just tell.
like too tense. Like
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the
a lot
the pressure
on
of
it.
making it funny is
Exactly. Yeah. Like if I was just going up and talking, like when I do the hosting after the joke part, I'm comfortable talking to people up there. But
Yeah.
when I feel like I'm trying to be funny or there's a story or something that I'm having to orchestrate almost, and,
You also
and get-
lose confidence very fast.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Immediately. Because I don't find myself that funny. I guess that once I feel like I stay away from myself and now I'm trying to be a comic or something. It's like, oh God, I'm like
it's
turtle shelled.
feeling like a fraud.
Yeah, exactly.
It does feel weird. It's the more you do it,
And stories are rough too because if people aren't into the story, if you got a 4-minute story to tell and
You gotta
then
finish-
people don't
you-
care, it's like, what do I got to finish?
Do I
telling the
finish
story.
this or do I
Yeah.
just be like, all right, fuck it?
My least favorite part was getting on stage and like just it's arrogant, and maybe I said this on stage, like it's arrogant to get on stage to me. It's like, oh, you think you're funny? It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The act of getting on stage is you saying like, I think I'm funny, and to me that's an arrogant thing to say.
Exactly.
So it's like you have to like turn. It's unlikable. Like you start unlikable because you're an arrogant person who thinks they're funny.
Yeah, I
So
can make you guys
You have to
laugh.
immediately turn around and be like, I'm likable. Like it's like
you have to be likable right away.
Immediately, yeah.
And otherwise, you're screwed.
yeah.
Or, some people can dig themselves out. But
Like,
yeah, it is.
Chris Roach to me was like always like did a good job of it because he would walk over and be kind of goofy and smiling,
Yeah.
and then he'd make
I like
like a
Chris
laugh,
Roach.
and he'd be just like kind of laugh and be like, oh, this guy's
He's great,
He's just got a funny look. He's funny. Yeah.
It is so true because the first thing you look at a guy when they go on there, you kind of judge them immediately.
Yeah.
Like not in a bad way, but
That's why like handsome guys have it a little bit harder at first because it's
you
like,
think they could
this
be a
guy's
dick.
hot. Now he thinks he's gonna be funny too.
Yeah.
Like, so you got everything, huh? You got it all,
exactly.
don't you?
You're just the
Yeah.
best.
So like they, yeah.
Yeah, and you see that. You see that with like good-looking guys that are really funny. They're telling great jokes,
Yeah.
but the audience doesn't give them that.
Yeah. They can get it. They can prove themselves eventually, but they definitely I think they start off.
They like it when you're ugly and you just like come out there.
Because you like him.
bashing
He's
yourself. You're like, oh,
nice.
he's not he's harmless.
He's no threat.
Yeah.
yeah, he's no threat to
He's not gonna fuck
anybody.
my wife.
My wife will laugh at him, and I don't have to worry about her overly liking it because look at him.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
That's so true.
Oh, so how was your week, Ryan? Any stories for us?
What?
It's like, are you asking me about about the
I
last
love
week's
that
story?
segue. It's like he couldn't wait for a moment to turn the
I'm sorry. I just want. Listen, we discussed
Yeah.
your
Plans.
Plans. last episode.
I wasn't gonna ask. I'm shocked he did.
Well, I saw him the other day, so I.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Everything went well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting comfortably.
I just want to know: was it enjoyable or was it?
Yeah, it's enjoyable.
Check the box and never again.
No, not never again. It's something that it's fun. Yeah,
Right?
Was it enjoyable because she enjoyed it?
both. I think mostly that. Yeah, but only because I don't know. I think you gotta work your way into it being enjoyable on a regular basis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like you could see the potential for it to be enjoyable.
It's just
Okay.
a lot of prep.
Yeah, a lot of prep.
What was the prep, by the way? Did you have to eat a certain meal?
No. Well, yeah,
Drink clear liquids?
You guys had texted me, and I'll repeat the joke I said in the text. So I said, yeah, I did some prep, which what to eat beforehand. Google said I should eat an avocado toast. It doesn't do anything for your ass, but it makes you feel like a gay guy. So it's good. It's a good start. Yeah, I shave.
See,
You shaved?
That's one less
Yeah.
thing I have to worry about. 'Cause that's a constant for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not very. I'm
I don't
clear.
know. I don't know just how bad it is, but I figured like I had a hard time seeing. But look, it seemed like there was
Enough that it was a
enough
good
that-
job you
yeah,
did
it.
it.
Was like, I had to wash off the razor, so
Yeah.
that was a good sign. But now it's like at the point where it's growing in, and it's itchy.
It's the tough part. But
Yeah.
that's why when you keep up with it, eventually it's like shaving your head.
I'm not going to
where-
keep up with that. though.
no. It's
Yeah, I'm not going to regularly shave my.
now.
ass.
Did you shave the day of?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, but you don't want it to grow them back, and now you got a 5 o'clock shadow on your ass.
Yeah, I know.
That's rough.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait for
it's-
that.
You know what's funny is like so
I
it's
just
been,
can't wait.
it's been so itchy, and I remember that Dane Cook or Louis C.K. one of them accused the other one of stealing a joke about an itchy asshole.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that
that
was
was like a
that was
big
what
thing.
it was.
Yeah, that was
Dane Cook stole CKs or CK?
I don't remember. I think I don't remember which way it was.
I don't know.
I don't remember. I think probably Louis C.K. had it first. I think that. Was,
I would
was
imagine
the
so
story.
too.
Well, I mean, it's not the most groundbreaking topic in the world.
yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, because they both shaved their asshole. Now that's where it came from. So now, like, I feel like now I know why their asshole was so itchy because they both shaved their ass, and now they're, makes sense to me.
It does. So the night, how does the night go? Like, do you go? Do you go?
Yeah, it was.
Do you go like? You don't go out to dinner beforehand? I would
No,
imagine.
yeah,
right?
we actually
go
talked
get
about
Mexican.
That. No, we talked about that. He said because usually, you grab dinner. That's a pretty safe bet.
Bunch
going
of
out.
beans.
But no dinner.
That's
I
right.
had
No
like
dinner.
I had a late lunch and then I didn't eat again the rest of the day.
You shut it down.
Yeah,
Almost like you're going in for a colonoscopy. I would imagine.
kinda. Yeah,
It's funny, but it's like
yeah,
I put myself in your position. What I would try to do.
yeah.
So what do you do? What do you does she come here? Do you just watch a movie?
Went to a place that felt
place?
fitting for it. Yeah, you guys. It's kind of actually close to you guys.
A place?
Yeah,
I think I know what's one on 109.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
I knew it, bro. I wasn't gonna out him like that. I knew it.
You got that out.
I love that.
I thought it was going down here.
No, it's
That's
you know,
so fitting. Do they still have the mirrors?
yeah. Well, you can. There's mirrors. Every room has mirrors in that
Okay.
place. But I got the wall-to-wall mirror room.
Wall to wall.
Yes.
See, I feel like I would want to be in a windowless, in a mirrorless room.
No, that's
black
smart.
box?
You gotta. If you're gonna do that,
You looking at yourself from all
Yeah,
angles.
you gotta.
like,
That's it. You gotta try that once.
that's really committing. When you're seeing yourself from every angle.
Yeah.
That made this story so much better.
Wow. All right.
As soon as he said by you, I said he fucking did it.
Yeah,
I
it
knew
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So there's the jungle room that has a stripper pole. So as you hear about that, she goes, "Oh,
I didn't realize they've had that many types of rooms there.
Yeah,
to
there's a few
choose from.
themed rooms. Yeah, couple bucks extra for the themed rooms.
All right, it's good to know.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's
so
nice. This place is nice. You know, it
not-
looks.
they
You drive
cleaned
by,
it
it
up.
looks.
it
you
does
know,
look nice.
Yeah.
So you go straight there. You pick her
Straight
up.
there.
You drive together. And
Yeah, we
you-
drove together. Yeah.
And is there a conversation in the car on the way? Like, are you ready? Or
Yeah, it was pretty lighthearted. We're pretty open about everything. It's,
Yeah. I love that,
pretty
yeah.
So
I love his questioning.
What? I'm asking questions
No,
that
I'm
people want to
not.
know.
I like it. I just think I find
Yeah.
it entertaining.
yeah, so it's an interesting start. See, we started off, like normal, just
in
average.
the place.
yeah, just
And do you have to book in advance, or do you just
it
show
was a
up?
walk up.
I think that place you
It's
could
Tuesday
just-
night, maybe on a weekend. You gotta
Okay.
you gotta run
And,
into some
and
problems.
what's
with-
I've never been there.
Were you nervous? Not like nervous and
no,
like,
not really.
all right.
No, because she's very patient, understanding. If I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like I would feel bad because I know it's like she's been looking forward to it, but at the same time, I wouldn't like.
As long as
Yeah.
you had to give it a good college try. Though.
Yeah.
course,
Oh,
of course.
I graduated.
And the place does a place make you feel? The place is sort of like classy for what it is, I guess.
It's just like it's not classy, but
I
it
was
feels
just gonna say that.
it feels fitting. Like I guess the option is like you get like a really nice place, but that doesn't feel like it fits the act. That
Of course.
So
like you go up there with the person like concierge. I
it's
guess?
so funny. Like the woman that works there, she's like an older, white woman.
Yeah.
But she's just like she deals with people coming. She knows what.
Oh,
people,
yeah,
she knows
knows-
what
she
people
knows
coming
what's
there.
up.
So I'm like, tell me about the theme room. So she goes, well, we got the jungle room. It's got the pole. And she goes, what wall mirrors, and like she's like, just somebody looks like your mom's friend. You know what I mean?
Just
Like,
explaining about all
yeah.
these.
So I'm like,
hilarious.
looking like, huh?
I would love to interview her. She's
Yeah.
probably seen some
That
stuff.
reminds me of like the. You ever see like the bunny ranch when they have like the mom
Yes.
of all the girls?
Yeah.
There's always some like older
Right.
woman who
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doesn't look like she should
Yeah.
be the mother of all these
Uh-huh.
escorts or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. So it's it's like 3-hour turnovers in these rooms.
That's it. So it's not by the hour. It's 3 hours.
You get it a short stay. It's 3 hours. Yeah,
3
Or
hours.
you can book the night, but we were like,
You don't want to wake
doesn't
up
feel
there.
like a place you want to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to sleep in there.
Imagine like grabbing. Like I guess you don't have luggage.
Did you
Well,
have
maybe
a
you
bag?
do.
Actually,
Yeah.
I was going to say you had a bag, right?
There was a few bags involved. Yeah.
There
A
was
few bags.
yeah.
a few bags.
She had a whole outfit. She had big
Oh.
boots. She had.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there was
Wow.
a couple other,
Things.
things. Yeah.
So you get in the room. Do you get right to it, or do you wait a little
Yeah,
bit?
you make it as sweet as possible.
Yeah.
Some kissing and caressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then then I she got dressed, and
There was a costume change.
yeah, it was a costume change.
Comes
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
You got to get into character at this point.
yeah.
Of course.
So
Because it's a whole mind and it's a whole mental state.
I won't go into
feel
full
like.
detail about everything that
Yeah.
happened after
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
it was a
And it was perfect.
yeah,
Oh,
pleasurable.
Yeah.
yeah. It could have. Well, that's too much detail.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some hardware.
Issue, like, malfunctions.
Oh no, something
Yeah.
got stuck.
No, nothing got stuck anywhere.
Oh, that is fantastic.
The first piece of hardware was a little too floppy, like soft.
You actually had to deal with somebody who couldn't get it up.
Yeah, it was bending too much, so we needed
Oh,
something
man.
a little bit stiffer.
It's amazing. You needed it. Wow.
Yeah. So it was,
Why
ended
would
up
they
being
make
smaller,
it
but
floppy
stiffer.
though?
Because some of them don't need to be rock solid, I guess.
I
I think my
guess.
problem is what am I doing?
Well, you don't have to talk.
No, I don't have any problem talking. I guess I do think about like nobody watches this. Doesn't matter. Nobody that I need.
This
Yeah,
is
no,
gonna be
it's
the
just like-
episode that goes viral.
Yeah, no, just some problems. You know, maybe I was too new for a soft. You know, like if I'm.
Oh,
if
I
it's-
got it.
if it's-
Yeah,
if
you
the
weren't-
height- if the hole's too tight, you can't
Yeah,
have something
you weren't
soft
worked in.
to
You
open
weren't-
up. Yeah,
The
Right.
mitt wasn't,
yeah. So you
oiled
need
in.
something a little bit firmer
The
to.
mitt wasn't oiled in. Called it a mitt.
I mean, it's catching something.
Yep.
Let me
It's-
tell you.
yeah.
Yeah,
So the
I
old
was the catcher.
catcher's mitt
I
was,
was-
right
The
out of
old
the box.
catcher's mitt was a little too new.
Yeah, it was brand new out of the box. You gotta.
exactly right. Yeah. So, but here we are on the other side. Yeah. So definitely, like I said, I texted you guys. You guys texted me how.
Yeah.
How you
Oh,
feeling.
yeah.
And I feel like this is a good response. I feel like I wasn't in pain, but I was very aware of the existence of.
Oh, yeah. I believe
Yes.
that.
A pretty constant reminder of what had happened.
Yeah.
The night before and a couple of nights earlier. Yeah.
I think we had text you at like the next morning.
Yeah.
Like we were.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't wait to ask about
I know.
it.
I know.
I think I waited probably an hour or two because I think I might text him first.
I think Neil finally broke the ice on that one,
Right.
right?
And then he texted me again yesterday. Hey, buddy, how's your butthole feeling?
So, dude, that's great. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And yeah, I
Appreciate
am
it.
actually very proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I I love your play-by-play questions on it.
I do have one more question before we wrap it up. Did you get a look at the maids?
What?
Yeah, no, I did. They were like a couple rooms down. So.
Because those people, forget the concierge,
the things they have to clean. Yeah,
they have to clean.
Do you
yeah.
think
A little
there's
extra, little extra tip for those types of places.
So
yeah.
you do leave a tip.
do you think there's
Yeah.
much of a cleanup for them, or it's just just put it all in a
Sheets.
bag? Like you're
It
taking
might-
them
yeah.
off. Do you think outside of just do you think? I feel like everything's on the sheets. You just kind of wrap them up with gloves.
You're probably
Yeah.
right, but it's also
So-
it's like
yeah, yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah, because there's one with like the pole and it's chairs and some of them. So I mean,
That's
stuff-
true. You got to wipe down the poles.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You gotta Clorox
Yeah.
the pole.
And then, by the way, like, and then we experimented for a while, and then it turned to just like, all right, let's take everything off, and we get to the regular stuff.
Yeah.
okay, so there was
Yeah,
the regular.
Yeah.
So there was two different.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of assumed that, and I wasn't.
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, after she has her fun, he's gonna. I hate to say it like that because it's like I don't want to degrade the
Yeah,
situation.
he does it. He always makes.
I am
it sound
terrible
worse.
wordsmith.
And it wasn't like typical. Like it was a little, it was all pretty
Yeah.
creative.
Oh, there was more
No,
creation.
I just like it wasn't like I don't know. We had like
He's baffled. There was more creation.
yeah. Yeah. So it's funny, like the mirrors are so funny. Like the angles of the mirrors, like there's certain, like you can see yourself three different times. Like in the one mirror, you can see three versions of yourself.
oh my
Because it's
god.
up. It's on every wall,
yeah, like it
right?
reflects back to the wall. It's like almost like an infinity mirror,
Yes.
but like it just eventually you can't see anymore, like from the angle. But it's like that's a lot of.
So you just saw
Yeah.
yourself over
Like,
and
continue,
over.
yeah,
and over.
you look
Do
in
you
the mirror
catch
here and you
yourself
can see-
looking at that more than anything else?
I looked a bit. Yeah, it felt like it was fun to be like in your own movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind like, and it kind of contradicts what I said last week about not liking to be shirtless or like avoiding mirrors. But I feel like once I'm in that frame of mind, it depends on the angle and stuff like that. But I like to look at I like to watch.
So you didn't wear a shirt for this.
No, I don't wear.
Okay.
a
Can I
shirt.
tell you, I agree with you on that, but I think that's more, they're not the same thing. One is more of you're in the moment watching yourself do something
Yeah.
that's like kind of cool.
Yeah. It's like, well, I
As a-
made it here, so it can't be that bad.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
of
like you're
course.
just looking at yourself putting on underwear naked and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's like bad naked, like Seinfeld. You know, there's
Exactly.
good
Bad
Yes.
naked, good.
Yes.
What does he get caught doing when she walks in? Is he picking up laundry or
I don't know.
something?
He was doing it on purpose, right? Though, like to
I
show
think
her.
so.
Oh, that's right, because she did a lot of
She was
bad
doing
naked.
bad naked
She was
stuff?
the one doing around the house naked.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely bad naked.
Well,
With me,
that's
there's
great.
no good naked. I don't think there's any way those mirrors could have
For
caught
you?
me in a good
No,
light.
that's not true, man. Like we were talking on the way here, you have confidence, and like,
Confidence isn't showing mirrors when you're having sex and you look like a fucking
well,
whale.
that position wouldn't work for you.
I don't think any position for me
Laying
in that
down,
context.
maybe. I don't know.
I have no ass. It's like all.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gross.
Did you make any noise while it happened?
of course.
That's the last question I have.
Yeah, I would challenge you to not in that, in that
I mean,
position. in that
but
position.
was
I would
it
challenge
was it
you.
a noise? Was it a noise of pleasure or of pain or of confusion?
Pleasure, I think. Yeah, I mean, there was some pain. There was some.
There was
It's
some
a
pain.
good pain.
Yeah, some grunting, but yeah, like kind of fighting through like this.
I'm doing
It
it.
hurts. This hurts.
Got him on the mirror 7,000 times.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
He's gonna make a comment after everything I say. I'm just trying to be a
You're
good interview.
sitting there trying to mimic it.
Well, I'll never be in this position. I don't
You
think
don't
I'll be in the position. I don't.
B doesn't like even anything other than missionary.
I don't think I'll ever have sex again. To be honest. I think it's over for me, dude. I think my time is coming fast.
The way you were thrown down on the dance floor the other night.
By the way,
yeah.
me and Ryan were at a wedding. John Ziegler, friend of the podcast.
The Long Island Comedy Social Event of the Year.
It really
sure.
was.
Yeah.
If you weren't there, I guess you just don't do
You didn't make
comedy.
the cut. First
No,
of all,
I'm kidding.
there were 3 tables of comics, so if you didn't make the cut,
Yes.
just quit. Like,
3 different tiers.
yeah.
There was
and I'm certain there were people that were invited that didn't even show up. There probably was a possible
fourth
a
table.
possible fourth, because there was like
Probably.
people I was surprised not to see that
Yeah.
probably got an invite and just didn't come. So
That's true. That's true. But yeah, it was a great time. I got there and I knew you were invited, but like I guess we never connected again.
Yeah.
It kind of
yeah,
so it was a pleasant surprise to see you there. I got
Yeah.
to sit right next to you. It was a good table and I enjoyed myself, man.
yeah, it was great. That was a fun wedding. That was a truly fun wedding.
It really was.
I think maybe the first wedding I've been to as an adult with having a partner that I didn't have a date. It was like just me. I don't think I've ever been to a wedding alone as an adult.
Yeah.
So it was kind of
I
interesting
don't
to
think
see.
I've ever been to a wedding as an adult with a date.
Yeah. Me and Chick have been at a lot of tables.
A lot of tables. I'm
That
always
first
at the
dance,
singles table.
That first dance goes out.
Yeah.
Grab your partner, do-si-do, whatever the hell they do. And me and Chick are looking at
sit
each
down,
other.
Time for the bread.
Yeah, he went right to the bar.
Yeah, I go right to the bar. But this was a good wedding for that because there wasn't a lot of that stuff.
I didn't feel like because I knew I was going to know a lot of people there, and almost seemed like there was a couple comics who brought dates, and it almost felt like they were kind of almost not handcuffed, but
You
like,
leave them alone.
They
I
didn't
wonder at a
take
point, like I wonder if they wish they didn't bring a date.
Oh, of course they do.
Yeah.
Well,
One, you
there
gotta
were
double the
two
check.
comics who like don't really do comedy anymore. Like they kind of stepped out, so it was like it was nice to see them. I was like,
That
really,
was good to see.
yeah. There was a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while. It was like it was really great seeing and catching up with.
Right?
But 2 of them, they bought their.
Looked like a good time. Glad
Yeah, it
it
was
went
a great
smooth
time.
for John.
But B, I mean, this guy, he's got moves. Like he was-
Dude, we both went up there.
Oh,
we
yeah,
went pretty hard.
Yeah, we went hard. Yeah, we went hard.
So
on
you
the
guys
dance floor.
represented. That's
Oh,
good.
we represent.
This guy does. He's on the floor, like doing like
Yeah.
a Russian type of like.
No, well, you know.
Oh, you were doing the kick?
Well, I did a lot of different moves. There was
Yeah.
moves going in and out.
Yeah,
Listen,
it was fun. It was a lot of it was
And I'll tell
a lot of
you.
silly and yeah.
I blame Christian Hahn because he tells me, he's like, you got to have a tequila soda. If at every wedding you do a tequila soda. I don't drink liquor. I could do beer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could do beer all day. Tequila, I haven't drank like straight liquor in over a year.
And that's what you did the whole night?
I only had one drink. Well, I only had one. Well, no, I had beer throughout the night. But Miller Lite, but whatever it was.
That's not drinking. It's only the.
It's I could be fine with that. But the tequila soda got me going, like
You
Christian
think that's
said
what
it
loosened
would.
you up on the dance floor?
Christian said it would. He's like this is gonna keep you awake. And Christian had like this smile on his face the entire night.
Yeah.
If you looked at him,
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I did it, and then I was gonna go back for another one, but then Dennis Rooney, also a friend of the podcast, was right there. Did a shot of Jameson with him. Mm-hmm. So now I'm like, all right, well, I'm done for the rest of the night. It's I'll have another beer or whatever. So yeah, I was feeling good that night.
Yeah.
But I went to bed so nice and early. Nice and early.
Did you leave shortly after I left?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Which is a good time.
Yeah. So, do you normally not drinking? Do you think you would end up on the dance floor, like dancing?
I think
like that?
well, it depends.
No.
At at family weddings, I don't really dance.
Are you too close to the people? You think that?
I just feel weird. They've known me since I was a child. But at friend weddings,
feels like you're at out of place dancing. Like that's not.
yeah,
they don't know
I
you
feel
as
like
a dancer.
I feel like they're looking at me, and I don't like that. But with my friends, I dance at all weddings.
Yeah.
Except family weddings.
Name one wedding that you were at that you weren't drinking though,
Yeah.
and dancing.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
I'm,
the
just, I'm
DJ
not knocking it. It's just
Yeah.
you need a couple cocktails to get loose for that.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So if you were at a wedding, do you dance at a wedding? Are you on the dance floor?
I have to be drunk, and I don't always drink. So it
Okay.
really depends.
Yeah.
If I'm not drinking, I probably won't be on there. Maybe outside, a little head nod, and
Is there like a
not-
song or is there something that might?
No, I'm not
entice
that
you
guy
more?
who's like, "Oh, this song,
This is my song," yeah.
No, yeah, I don't. I'll just sit outside. And I kind of like to watch and just a little vibe
Yeah.
around.
No wedding is playing Benny the Butcher at
Isabel.
yeah, it's
mine
dope.
would.
Yeah.
But if I'm drinking, I probably would a little.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a big dancer. I'm usually not a dancer
Yeah.
because I'm usually not drinking. I'm usually also high. It's kind of opposite.
Yeah, so it kind of gets. But yeah, you get up there. You don't drink a thing, and you get up there and
I love
tear it up.
I love dancing.
I love
do.
it.
I truly love dancing.
was
I wish
fun.
I liked dancing more.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what it's just. Once you get up there, and it was also the right group and the right. It was the
Yeah.
perfect.
And they did a good job of getting everybody on the dance floor, like to start. And then once you're there, it's like you feel good. Like I was concerned I was going to be there because I like weddings and because I like go dancing. I don't go to clubs, so it's like the only place I really get to
Yeah.
dance. Is
You
a
ever do
wedding.
like salsa dancing with the lady?
No,
or
I
do
thought about
something like that?
taking a dancing class though.
That I bet you would be fun with you and the lady.
Yeah.
Most people try out a salsa dance. He goes to another level with his lady.
What like she's going to lead?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I want to take a dance class because I don't really know how to like do any,
Yeah,
Real
a bunch
dance.
of those.
Done
I've
that.
actually, and I would do that. I would take a class.
You guys want to take a dance class together?
Yeah.
I need a
definitely.
partner to take it, unless you can give me a partner there. But I mean, I don't.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to match up with some rando.
No, I wouldn't have no problem matching up with her rando. Could
You know,
be
like
cool.
I'm sure you guys go like female friends or like a comic that would be like
Yeah, listen.
enjoy
we'll see
doing
what
it.
happens.
Might be fun.
You
yeah.
gotta look for a partner to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I like weddings. So I like, because I don't, it's the only place I get to dance. So, it's, but I was wondering that like not having a date, like I've also really, I'm like, I tell my date, let's go to the dance floor. So I'm like, how am I gonna, like, am I going to feel like with a bunch of comics who are already super judgy?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, let's go to the dance floor. Like, how's that going to work? But like, our table
need a
was
good
like,
group,
yeah,
right?
like the DJ made an announcement. It was like everybody on the dance floor for like a thing, and all the guys were just like, all right, let's go to the dance floor, and
do it.
everybody danced, and it
Our
was nice
friends
to see.
wouldn't do that. We're a bunch of drunks who just sit at the bar usually.
There was
That's
like
the other
there was
thing.
other comics who like they seemed like they were like they can't be like
But our table, for the most part, was good with that.
yeah.
We got. What was the song that got us up there? Was a song I feel like that got us all up there. Maybe it was just the DJ
Well, the
saying,
DJ
"Get
bringing
up."
everybody up, and then but then one of the other comics she was asking for her. She goes, "What's a good song?" She wanted to make a request to the DJ. She goes, "Give me a good song, a disco song, a '90s song." And I'm like, because it was like a little light. Dance floor was a little night throughout the night. So I was like, I'm like Robin S. Show Me Love.
That was
Oh,
it. Yeah.
that's a jam.
Yeah, but people on the dance floor a little bit. before, but then they played that.
I
and
like
people,
it. See, that could get me up.
people kind of
That got
swarmed.
people
Yeah,
up.
then it packed the dance floor. Then he played another song somewhat like that, and people stayed. And then he played something
If
else.
you see everybody come out to that, you know the vibe they're going. You keep it going with 90s
yeah,
hits.
yeah. But then he did 2 songs from like that era, that sound, and then he switched it, and like everybody like
The
an
entire-
exodus.
I
Yeah,
forget
that's
what song
bad
it was.
DJ.
Everybody left after that.
You
one
gotta feel
song.
like such an asshole as a DJ to put
Yeah.
on a song and everybody leaves the dance floor. You gotta be like, I had one job is to keep
Yeah.
it, and then I couldn't do
After
it.
you're crushing it with that, you
And
keep
you-
it in the moment.
And that was it was my suggestion. Like like it wasn't even like his play. Like my song suggestion is what brought most of the people to the dance floor. I'm like,
feel
I
like
should be DJing this
I
thing.
could have been a good DJ.
I don't know.
No, I know what you're thinking because you're like, you're going to put on what you want to eat. No, I could.
No, you're right. Because we've come home from like shows, and Chick just plays the right stuff, and we're both singing at the top
Yeah.
of our lungs. But
Is
yeah,
that is that like dancey stuff or is it like just old hip hop?
No,
or
it's
is
like
it-
old
Could
school
be anything,
stuff.
yeah, whatever we're going. I
Like
go a lot of
some-
soul. I hit
sometimes
up a lot.
soul.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of
Sometimes soul.
Sam Cooke and Jimmy Ruffin. And
I remember it's always fun to be at a wedding. To me, it's fun because I have a very like I'm relaxed, laid back vibe. So people are always surprised to find that I like when I dance, they're always like a little bit like, oh, you're a dancer because I don't give off that.
I
vibe
would
a lot.
actually. You know what though? The more I get to know you, though, it doesn't surprise me that you like
Yeah.
to dance.
So I remember like the first time we went to a wedding with my in-laws, like Cheryl's sister got married. So I was and like they knew me, but they knew me as just a very laid back, chill guy. So then the wedding music starts, I'm on the dance floor all night. Like I'm like a bad, I'm like I'm all over the place. Like I rapped the whole song at my wedding. Like I rapped an entire song. I grabbed the mic.
On the
Like,
mic?
I was like emceeing my own wedding. Like my wedding was fucking sick. Like
I wish I knew you.
I had one of my groomsmen. He came up to me. He was like, I've never seen somebody enjoy their wedding more than you enjoy.
Well, you got it.
enjoy
I
your
always
wedding.
see people don't
Like, I
enjoy
was on
their
the dance
weddings
floor all the
that
time. I was
much.
like, I'm not doing any. You want to mingle? You want to come talk to me? Like, I'll be on the dance floor. Come see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That's how it should be, though. You pay all that money for it. Fucking
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Some of my father-in-law just like staring at me. He was like clapping. He was like watching me, and then afterwards he was like, "You should be a DJ." He goes, "You." So he's like, "My friend's a DJ. I'll hook you up with him." And, yeah.
I feel like
funny.
you're the type of guy that would be you'd be good at like anything you chose to do.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You
It's
know?
not I don't have the personality to be like a G. Like I don't have that. Like, come on, like I like dancing, but I don't care if anyone else is dancing. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be
I-
like, come on the dance floor, let's go. Like I don't
Yeah.
have that
I
personality.
always make fun of that person.
yeah,
I know but you would pick the right music,
maybe yeah.
or would you just pick what you want to?
No, but yeah, you got to play for the if it's an older crowd, you pick something a little bit older, and yeah.
I also think I'm a product of the friend group, though. Like, our friends aren't big dancers. Like, they're at the bar the
yeah.
whole time. Like,
Some of
so at
them, yeah.
certain weddings, there's a vibe, and yeah, it's like, all right, everybody's getting live this wedding and dancing.
Yeah.
And there's some that just aren't, just not that vibe, whether it's a DJ or not. But my friends, I just feel like, generally speaking, I wouldn't say my friends are dancers.
So, yeah.
So, like, that's the people you're hanging with. It's usually
Some of them are though.
But would you call them?
I've
as a
seen
group?
downtown break.
I'm not saying that some of them
guess-
Up
don't
downtown.
dance.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
That's your boy.
That's right.
We're gonna make
we
that
got to
happen.
get him back on.
He's been on the podcast, right? You said
He has.
He's
but,
been on
but
a
it's
few
been a
times,
while.
but it's been a while.
Yeah.
and he needs
I'm
to get
excited
him
to meet.
on.
I'm excited to meet him. He sounds
yeah,
like
he's the best.
You guys are gonna head it off, but like,
start
yeah,
our
there's a
own
couple
podcast.
of kids who dance. What?
I said we'll start our own podcast.
Probably I'll be like, all right.
It'd be a lot better.
But as a whole, I wouldn't say our group. It's not
Yeah,
like we were
maybe
the
you're right.
clubbers going back in the day.
No,
we were a bunch of
yeah,
drunks.
for sure.
So I have an idea for a business because, like I said, I love weddings, and it's really the only place I get to dance. And I don't like to go to clubs. It's like always I don't drink, so it's not like it's an interesting vibe.
I drink and I don't like to go to
at my
clubs.
age, like when you got to find a club, like there's a place
A lot
in
of people
Medford,
your
I
age
think.
do just dance. They join like classes, so to speak, and they're like dance classes. where
Yeah,
they
I'm
go
not doing
there
that.
with,
Though.
like,
I
a
just want to go
group.
like I used to go when I was younger. My sister used to be a huge club kid. Like she would
teen
she would
night?
no, like she would go like Sound Factory. And,
Oh,
like
okay, all right.
And then there was Siberia. I think,
Oh, yeah, I
in-
remember
I know
on
more.
one-
I know
on
a few
110.
people who did that, but they were more doing it because they were drug addicts.
Yeah. So I would like the Hamptons.
Yeah,
I would go to those dance parties, but I was always like the one not on
Drugs.
ecstasy and not not drinking. But I would just be on the dance floor all night, so I didn't care. But at this age, like I hear there's like on 110. There's like a sushi place that turns into a club at night.
110 Sushi.
Is it,
Sushi Japan or something like that.
I think it turns into like a club.
Yeah.
At night. Does it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
I got
maybe
invited to go there one night, and I was like,
Yeah, I might check it out. But here's my idea. So I want to find like venues, like wedding venues, and book a night and like plan a wedding, and then sell it to people who like to dance but are in my position. And it's
So
you know-
non-wedding weddings.
yeah, it's a non-wedding wedding. You have a DJ, but it's a 4-hour party. You have a cocktail hour. So a wedding is like per
You got to
per
charge
plate.
to go. This obviously.
Yeah, but say it's $150 a night. If you're going out and drinking and getting all this stuff, like you might
it's an open bar.
open bar because weddings are open bars. You pay for a wedding, it's per head, and a lot of weddings when I got married, I think I paid for it was like $85 a head, which I think was inexpensive now and probably is a lot more now.
Yeah, it's
So
probably
say-
about $1.25.
Say it's $125 a head, but that's a cocktail hour. That's a meal. That's
like three meals
That's
in
all.
theory.
That's all you can drink. It's an open bar. So for $100, if you go out you say, all right, I'm spending $150, and I know I'm spending $150, and it's not like, hey, you owe me for this, you owe me for that.
yeah.
You've already bought it, so the money's already paid for. You show up. You don't have to take out. You don't have to take out any money. There's cocktail hour, a dinner, and 4 hours of dancing, and a table, and like a designated table
And
to
a
go back
formal wear.
and sit at. Like sometimes another part about going to a club is I never like where am I going to sit? Like you need a landing spot at a club. We've got a table. It's a wedding. Like it's
Now, you walk in, do you book the table in advance?
Yeah, you would
gotta be
buy
seating
you would
and
buy
you
a
book
group
it.
you would buy a group of people. We're booking 6 people. All right, so we have this table of 10. Usually it's weddings with tables of 10.
And it's
so
the-
you're booking here, and then if you get a table of 4, you sit them together. They can talk
Yeah,
if they
you can
want.
do
They
whatever
don't
you
have to
want.
if they want.
Book it like a
Yeah.
restaurant almost.
And
Yeah.
and it can be a themed night where it's like I want to do 90s hip hop night.
Yeah.
Or like at a wedding,
Because
you're never
it's
gonna
not a
get.
real wedding. It's
At a
not-
wedding,
Yeah.
you don't have to cater to like the old people. It doesn't have to be
Think about
disco
not
and
having
this.
a wedding without all the bullshit parts too. Without
Yeah.
the
You don't have to- you don't have to
speeches,
stop.
the fucking cake.
You don't have to keep stopping for
Yeah,
all that.
none
shit.
of that.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could be like, oh yeah, there's a 90s hip hop wedding coming up, or there's a disco wedding coming up. I want to go to that, and then you could just book that night, and then that's the music you're gonna hear all night. You're not gonna be like it's not gonna be a slow jam. Okay, it's not gonna fuck
It
up the
sort of
rhythm.
sounds like a New Year's Eve
It kinda- it does.
situation.
But
It
it's
absolutely
a,
does, yeah.
once a month or
But
every
it's
week you do it.
Yeah.
you don't have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
I told
And
this
you know
to
what's
I
Neil.
would
nice?
never do that for New Year's Eve though.
feel like
don't
for
like
women,
that.
they-
It's too much.
Yeah.
I don't even like going out for New Year's Eve because
Yeah.
it's too much expectations. It's like, yeah,
I could be completely wrong, but I feel like women also like to dress up.
yeah.
So
I
it's
like
like
to
an
dress
excuse
up. I like
to
to dress up.
fucking be like
yeah.
a formal wear night out.
So yeah, is it? Do you have to dress up sort of?
Well, I guess that depends on the night. You could like if it's a 90s
I
hip hop
feel
night,
like
it
it's
could
got to
be
be a
you could
formal
cater.
thing.
I think
it-
it should be.
Not formal like the dress, but nice. Like you're going to like a nice dinner, you're gonna get dressed up nice. It can be that.
That's basically what a wedding is.
No, you got
Yeah,
people in
a little
suits, and
more.
you got
But I feel like I think you should let.
You
Not
got to
like-
class it up.
Not
always-
black
Here's
tie.
my thing with
but
the
it's your
outfits.
it's your choice how you want to dress. I'm of the frame of mind. I'd always be the most overdressed person at a place than an underdressed person at a place. So I always go a little bit higher than what the expectation is. Like I like getting dressed. I like putting on a little.
That's
By the
why
way,
I think
you-
it should be
yeah.
a formal.
You
thing.
knocked it out of the park at the
Well,
wedding.
in a black suit, you can't go wrong with a black suit.
Great.
Yeah.
Did great.
At a wedding's a pretty easy decision. It's like I'm wearing my suit. But
Yeah.
even if I'm going out to dinner or like a place, like, oh, what's the dress like? I'm always like, it could be this, it could be this. I always shoot for
Go to the
like
top.
the most. Yeah.
Because you don't look at a place wearing something nice in a shitty place, but you
Yeah.
look at a place in a nice place wearing something shitty.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody's like, "Oh, what's he wearing?" Like, but it's like, yeah, but I look better than you. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So you're gonna judge me because I'm wearing too much. And
Yeah.
I also miss the days like guys used to wear suits to the office. And like,
That's why I think you have to put a dress code on this. It's got to be formal.
I agree.
Because what happens is once you don't put that dress code, you enable people to turn it into
People show up with their hats,
with
their,
their fucking hats,
sweatshirts.
Yeah.
sneakers,
Summertime, they got
hoodies.
flip flops. Get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweatpants. Oh, there's no dress code.
Even if they paid 150.
My whole table looks nice. I'm wearing sweatpants. Fuck you.
and what sucks is that I like seeing other people that are dressed nice. It kind of takes it out when I see like I'm a real asshole like that. I'm always like I'm trying to like act like I'm in some. I'm in the 40s, and you're taking me out of it with these sweatpants.
Yeah.
I went
kill
to
your
this.
vibe.
I went to this thing called Sleep No More in Manhattan. It's an immersive play. It takes place in like a 4-story, like an abandoned warehouse that they turned into a hotel, and it takes place in the 40s. This thing, so everybody wears a mask. It's like a kind of like a what's
Eyes
that?
wide shut
eyes wide
type
shut
thing?
type of thing.
Oh,
The actors in it don't wear masks, so everybody. If you're not wearing a mask, you're an actor in this thing. If you're wearing a mask, then you're just an audience member. So everybody just roam around this 4-story hotel, and there's different rooms, and there's a lobby, then there's this place, and you just explore this whole place, and then scenes happen around you. Like you'll just be like walking through like the ballroom, and then actors just show up and they just do a scene there. It's a retelling of Macbeth. But you could never see the whole play because you'll be in this area. You'll be in the graveyard, and there's a scene happening in the hospital that's upstairs.
Gotcha.
But there's one scene where you go. There's like a bunch of bathtubs.
So you have to know the play too before you go in there. So I guess
It doesn't even matter.
Oh, it
They
doesn't?
just all do
It's
it.
just
It's
all to
sort of
see.
all
It's all
different
to see
scenes.
the scenery because there's so much detail in this place. But I was like, it was one scene where like in the lobby, I saw it was like a drag queen, like a short Asian guy, bald head, but in full drag, singing Peggy Lee's "Is That All There Is," and but he was like lip syncing it in this scene. But like I just stumbled upon it. Like I happened to be in that spot at that time to see it.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-hour play, so it was one
That
of my
sounds-
favorite experiences literally that I've ever had in my life.
That sounds
And I was
amazing.
dressed like okay, but not. It was like actually it was this experience and another experience that happened years ago that made me think like I'm always going to overdress because there was also other people there. I'm like I wish they made it a dress code that wear a suit, dress like it's not maybe not the 40s because not everybody has that, but
Yeah.
dress up because it's nice walking around and seeing like everything's about the visuals of this place.
Yeah.
But then like I'm looking at people wearing jeans and a hoodie. I'm like I'm supposed to be in the 40s.
You're killing
you're
me.
taking me out of the vibe of this whole thing. So yeah,
They shouldn't be allowed in.
yeah, and there's no dress code.
That's what happens when you don't have a dress code. That's
There's
why
gotta be a little
if
bit
you
of a
want
dress
your
code.
thing to be like a classy night, you
Yeah.
gotta have a dress code. You have to do
I
it.
remember. So
Wait, do you stay? How long? It's 4
it's
hours.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I want to do that.
it's
That
so
sounds
cool.
fun.
The
Is that- that's-
sleep no more?
Do they do them a lot?
Yeah, it's so when they came to New York, it was like it was like 6 months when they kept extending it, and it was like it kept like selling out. Now it's been there for years. I went 12 years ago, and I tried to go again, but it got like I was there in the lobby waiting to go in, and then it got canceled. They said that like one of the actors was sick, and
That sucks.
So I actually have a free like night to go, like
man.
full VIP. Like they said, let us know, we'll take care of you.
How much are tickets for something like this?
It varies on which package you get. I think it was
Okay.
like $150.
I was just
for-
gonna say.
I
it's
would
gotta be
do
like a
that.
play
Yeah,
where it's like
But
1
it's
to
so
200
cool.
bucks.
It's.
I would do
and
that.
we got
That's a-
so I went years and years ago with Cheryl, and we got split up immediately. Like they'll purposely split you up, like from your group. So like you get an elevator, and they let us off on different floors. And
That's
I was
great.
just wandering this place alone. Then
That's awesome.
eventually we met up, and then we did it together. But it was
You know why that's great? Because then you kind of do your own thing,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you could
Talk about it.
compare.
So it was
Yeah.
actually perfect because we did the whole thing ourselves. Then we met. We like just bumped into each other. Then we did it all again together. It was the perfect situation.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
So it was between that and then when I was 16 or 17, I went to go see Maxwell at the theater at Madison Square Garden, and I didn't realize it was me and my girlfriend at the time, and we were like the only white people in the theater. But we spent the night in the city and we hung out. We wore like at that age I was dressing. I was wearing like orange shorts and yellow shirt. She was wearing some other obnoxious colors,
Yeah.
like gym shorts. And we walk in this theater and it's black people. Like black people get dressed up. Like they go to see a
Yeah.
show, they get hats, suits, gowns. And we're sitting there. We're already sticking out because we're the only two white people in the theater. Now we're the only two people dressed like idiots. I felt so embarrassed the whole night. I was like, and I love Maxwell. Like he was he was one of my favorite artists ever.
Maxwell's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he been at?
They played one of his songs the other night at the wedding, like when it was getting started.
Did they?
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, they could just play Maxwell all night. I'll be just vibing. He can't really
Nice.
dance to it, but you could vibe
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So after that, and then after the Sleep No More thing, I was like, never again. I'm
I'm gonna dress to the
Yeah, I'm
nines.
overdressed.
Those are. Yeah.
yeah. I've just talked too much. You guys, I'm not talking the rest of the podcast.
Get
You
at
guys-
it. What are you talking about? I think we should look into that Sleep No More
Doing
thing.
the thing.
We should do that.
I need to do an interactive thing. I'll tell you what. I also signed up. Well, finished it.
No, I'm
before
just
on
saying
this.
we should do that. That'd be a
Yeah, I
fun
would love
little podcast outing
Yeah.
that we can come back and talk about. If
Another thing that we'll try and schedule that you won't. I can't do this day. I can't do that day.
You don't
No.
say stuff about this. You buy the tickets, then you're committed to.
no,
go.
because
let's do it. So let's
I
go
buy the
tickets.
tickets. I'm committed.
All right.
I
so
put in
let's
my
do it.
schedule. I can't be there that day. What were you gonna say?
I'm actually going to one Wu-Tang and Nas on Wednesday again. I'm seeing them
Nice.
at the Barclays. I'm fucking pumped.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's great. I've never seen Wu Tang. That's
It's gonna be my third time seeing Wu-Tang.
That's it?
Yeah, because when I was younger, I didn't go to a lot of shows. It's something I started doing.
You
more
went
when I was
last year
older.
during my birthday party.
Yep. And then I saw them a couple years prior to that at Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun, and then were you there when I was there when we went to the island?
No, I didn't go to the. I
didn't
missed
go to
that.
that?
Yeah, the Randall's Island when they were with the
Rage Against
Against the Machine.
Oh,
Yeah, that I missed.
That was
I'm
a fun
pissed.
one.
Yeah,
That was a great
that's the one that I'm pissed I missed.
That was a great day. We took a bus out there,
wow.
but I think it was
a great
rainy.
one.
I don't remember. It was fun though.
But I'm also, and I don't like hot things. But my buddy ordered all the sauces for the Hot Ones challenge.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna video myself do this challenge.
Okay.
It's gonna be bad because I am
Yeah,
not
good at
good
it.
with spices.
Your video,
And I didn't want to do it, but so there's gonna be I was saying like we're gonna video it in like the room with all of us doing it, but I don't know if everybody wants to be on the pod or anything. So I'm definitely videoing just myself
Yeah.
doing it. We'll see if I get
fun.
everybody else. If not, you'll just hear them in the background.
Cool.
That sounds good.
That's gonna be. I'm telling you, that's gonna be interesting
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
because I'm not good with hot things.
You're not.
No,
You get your wings
mild.
mild.
And I still don't like a doused wing at all, period. I like a dry wing. Even if it's
Really?
flavored, I like dry wings.
Huh. I like. I used to like. I would like it not doused where it's drowning, but like I like it.
Oh, no. That's what I also asked my buddy. So I'm like, are we doing it where you get the sauces and you just take the wing and then you dip?
Yeah.
He said, no, we're making all
Mixing
the
it.
wings and all of them. So that I'm even dreading even more.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to finish the wing. That's
not
like,
fun.
you got to finish each wing.
Right. How are you with hot?
I'm okay with it. I don't love it. I'm not like, I feel like there's some people like build their personality around it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love hot things.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't wanna
I
feel
don't-
in
I don't
pain.
ever.
I want to enjoy my food.
Like, if I order something in a menu, people go, "Oh, that's hot." You sure? I'm always like, "Yeah, it doesn't." Like, I'm never like, "Oh, if it's hot, I don't want it."
Okay.
But I'm not this like, "Oh, let me see the hottest sauce you got." I'm like, it's painful. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to.
It doesn't, there's nothing in it. Almost ruins your day.
Yeah.
Like that shit could ruin a day.
I don't want to. People tear up.
No.
I don't want that.
I don't
This
want any
thing, I'm gonna be
challenges.
tearing,
If
I'm
it's
gonna be
something
crying.
spicy, it's like if it's on your menu and it's spicy, then it's probably not. It's probably like I've had things like, "Oh, this is hot," but it's like manageable. If you're serving it regularly, if it's just a menu item, it's
Exactly.
not that bad.
It
But
can't be
yeah,
that bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're in like a place that's known to
I
be
have some
crazy.
habanero sauce up there, only because it was Aesop Rock branded hot sauce, so I bought it.
I didn't try it.
I didn't never tried it. No.
I'm one hot sauce. I don't even generally like the taste of it. Period. Other than the spice, like I'm not even like a hot sauce flavor. Like
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to this at all. But I fucking stuck my foot in my mouth and committed. So
Well, I can't wait to see that video.
I'm a boneless wing guy.
I'd rather boneless too.
I used to be, but
But I don't hate bones. I don't.
I understand it's not the same thing. Like I don't enjoy the act of eating chicken off the. It's too much work.
It's a lot.
It's like,
there's people who are good at it.
oh
though.
yeah, I know, and I don't enjoy it.
You know what?
I don't like touching my food.
That's why I don't
Oh,
like
you don't?
those.
I don't like
I'd
touching
rather
my
eat it
food.
with a fork.
I'll cut most things.
Pizza.
I'll cut like halfway up, like where the tip is, where it gets like
I
floppy.
can kind of understand that.
And then like once it gets solid, where it's not like hanging over, like once I've taken the weight off the top, then I'll pick it up and eat it.
I also feel like pizza
if
is
it's
not
hot.
like you're eating and it's like you're only holding literally two parts of the. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
But
But I agree with you. I don't like eating a messy wing. I hate that.
A messy wing is bad, but what I don't like is when you eat a wing. I like to eat it, but I I don't know why.
I really love when you physically show us something that we all,
How to
all know
eat
how.
wing.
Yeah, I truly love that.
My problem is when you're with a group of people and you put that wing back and somebody's like, You barely ate any of it. There's
yeah.
meat all over them. It's like I enjoyed what I enjoyed. What do you, I'm
Yeah.
going to go back eat.
I
That's,
also hate when people say that.
that's one of my pet peeves.
Because I also like to leave the veiny parts on it.
There's
I'm in picky
parts-
There's parts I don't want to eat.
There's parts I
Yeah.
don't need.
Yeah.
There's parts you don't need.
yeah.
But I also feel like I'm just
They
eating
feel like
it.
they're wasting. They feel like you're wasting it. Like that's a
Nothing
wing that I
worse than
wouldn't
someone
have
who's
eaten.
obsessed.
Yeah,
I
it's-
get the whole not wasting food thing. Like, don't pick it if you're gonna not
Yeah, but
finish
most
it.
of that is gone.
But that's an eaten wing.
Yeah.
Like, people are just
I
like,
ate the
"Ugh."
part. It was
left the best
crunchy and
part out.
saucy and nice. I don't need to lick the bone clear. Like
I know, I'm
get
with
out
you.
of here.
Yeah.
But I also the boneless wing. I used to do the boneless wing all the time, but now I feel like it could be like the meat isn't as good.
That's
No,
not
it's
true.
Well,
I like
it's
a
not as
flat
good- It's not
wing.
like is real.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
it's
it
still
is.
Yeah,
good.
it's not-
It-
yeah.
But no.
I I love like my favorite food on the planet is just chicken fingers. You know, just chicken
fingers
fingers.
are
You
great.
can't go wrong.
Yeah,
miss
it's
all
like,
these
there's
things.
really nothing better than you have Raising Cane. Have you been to? We should go to Raising Cane's in the city too.
They
opened.
just
I've heard
opened,
about
yeah.
this place.
Penn Station's has
What
one
is
on-
Raising Cane's? I don't know at all.
It's just they serve chicken tenders, fries, Texas toast, and like that's it.
Texas
Can I tell
toast,
you,
give me
Texas
that.
toast is one of my favorite things in the planet.
Yeah.
Haven't had Texas
And you get
toast
like
in years.
I think coleslaw too. So an order like you get one of each and or you get like a couple chicken tenders and then you get everything else comes with it, fries, and you can like. So Neil took me there when we were in like OKC.
What a surprise.
Yeah, and you can get like you can say no coleslaw, double fries, or you can say like
Yeah,
you can just
I'm
and
double
you can
frying
get,
that.
Yeah,
Have you had the coleslaw?
yeah. I like
Was it
coleslaw.
good?
I like coleslaw.
I don't like public coleslaw. I don't even like.
You don't like public.
I don't like one. I probably would never even eat a coleslaw that was homemade, but I will definitely not eat a coleslaw that I don't see being. It's a food
I get it.
that grosses me out. And
I
I've
get
heard nightmare stories about how most diners, and I'm sure maybe not most diners, and it's probably not that true, but a lot of places, yeah, if coleslaw, because a lot of people don't touch the coleslaw, it's just a
Who's telling you nightmare stories about diner
I've
coleslaw?
heard that. That's something I've known for a long time.
Oh yeah,
And I don't
that
eat
means he heard
coleslaw.
one story from his friend. It's like you know
Yeah.
they reuse this coleslaw.
Yeah.
Nightmare
Whether
stories.
that was- I don't remember what I
I
was
live in
heard.
diners. I've been in a lot of kitchens. You know, I've never seen anything like that.
I don't think
you
that
know.
happened.
Yeah.
Good coleslaw is fantastic, but bad coleslaw,
absolutely.
gross.
So
Yeah.
why
Gross.
take the chance?
like a wet-
that first
like-
bite is awful. Then
When you gotta like pick it up and it just like drips.
You kind of know right away.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny because like when I was a kid, you know, go to the diner, they'd bring out coleslaw. I'm like, I didn't even think anybody ate that. I'm like,
I
that's
I
disgu-
never.
that's
ate, I was like,
disgusting.
oh, that's just one of those things that they
Yeah.
serve that nobody likes.
It looks like a
I
garnish.
rolled and I'm like, oh, let me try that. I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
see,
now,
I would never.
now I
what is
now
it?
I like coleslaw.
Cabbage, mayo. What is in it?
I don't want to know what's in it, but it's stringy and it could be
cabbage.
good.
So gross to me.
Yeah. But some places make it with like a vinegar more, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I
a
just
drier.
don't
But
like a.
Well, I
wet-
like sometimes.
It just looks like a drenched wet lettuce, and I
He,
don't.
he don't like
it.
wet things. He don't like wet
But that's
things.
not
wouldn't say I
necessarily
do either.
true. I
like
don't want to
a
get into
good,
my
like-
nasty. You'll probably think it's nasty too. So
Don't
I don't
take-
know where I got them. No, you know where I'm going to. The bagels, when I would butter bagels and
yeah.
dip them in chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's
What?
right.
buttered bagels,
One of my
dipped in chocolate
favorite
milk.
things.
Yeah, it's a
Wow, you
weird
still
one.
do it occasionally?
Yeah, I honestly don't do it enough. That's how much I like it.
Wow.
Because I never just buy bagels, so I don't just have bagels around.
Yeah.
And if I buy a bagel when I'm out, I eat the bagel like it's normal. I don't. It's not like I could do it in Nesquik. It's got to be homemade chocolate milk.
Oh, I did. I has. You can't do
So
it in
it's
that.
Yeah.
soggy. Do you like you let it like sit, soak a little bit, or you just
Yeah, let it soak a little. I
then
like,
you have like a
it
wet piece of bread in your mouth?
buttered, but not like. I mean, I could do it with toast too, but I prefer
Well, that would
bagel.
fall apart.
Yeah, the toast would fall. You can't let it get too. It wouldn't fall. It just tastes amazing to me. I don't.
The butter
I
holds the
think I
chocolate
got
milk.
it. I don't know when I started it, why I started it. It's something I've been doing since I was a kid, and I think
Wow.
it's because my dad used to always dip his bread in his coffee, and I hate coffee.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
that's
think
a-
it might be something I just mimicked.
That's like a real thing that people do, though. This thing.
No, I know. No. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand when people say that's disgusting. What the difference is?
Between
I get one more people do, but as far as dipping bread in a drink,
Salt. I mean, you get the butter is salty, so they get the salty and chocolate. That's a good combination. But the bread, I
fantastic.
don't like. Which is funny because like I like stuffing, which is just wet bread. But
Yeah, but this
I don't want my
different
bread
flavor.
on a sandwich wet, but that moment, I don't mind that. Like, and it's not like, yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
interesting.
What kind of
not-
bagel?
Preferably an everything when I do that. Because I like how the everything gets into the milk and,
And
then
you drink
it at the end. It's
See, that
fantastic.
sounds gross to me. That the fact that you have a chocolate milk with everything seasoning in there and some pieces of bread.
and a little butter glaze on the top of it.
I don't know. I
get
can't
it.
buy that one.
Trust me, I get it.
Dude, I'm open to like any. I don't know. That
I
one
want
seems
somebody else to try it just to at least be like, I tried it and it was gross.
Yeah, no,
or
I would try it.
You were right.
But I
This
would-
is fantastic.
I would try it, but I would have a backup bagel.
Yeah,
obviously, yeah, because you might hate it.
Yeah, but sometimes those combinations are like whatever reason it
Yeah.
just hits perfect. I can't think of one.
I
now.
don't know when or why I started it, but I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah,
it was
so
young.
You started as a kid.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it was young. It could have been one of those nasty
sure I
things
have
you do
things
as
like
a
that.
kid that you just never kind of changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure I have things like that. I can't think of them, but yeah.
I used to put ketchup on waffles famously. But
Oh, See,
when I
like
was a
that,
child,
that gross. There's things that
that
people put
grosses
ke-
me out now.
Exactly, there's things that people do.
Yeah, well, ketchup on a hot dog grosses me out now. And
I
as
like
a kid,
ketchup on a hot dog.
used
But
to
I
do
s-
that.
I'm a big ketchup and mustard guy.
Yeah, I'm
on a
only
hot dog.
mustard now. Like ketchup on a hot dog to me is like that. I couldn't even.
Do you
imagine.
do any other toppings on your hot dogs?
Mostly just mustard, but I like a cheese. I like a chili cheese. hot
Chili
dog.
cheese.
Yeah,
Depends on where I'm getting it from.
yeah.
You like a
To me,
relish?
Not particularly.
I love a
no.
relish.
Sauerkraut. I like relish. I'm not.
You know my issue with chili cheese dogs is that the bread becomes too. And I know
doesn't
it's
like
gonna sound
moist
weird. I
bread.
don't want a mushy bread on a
Yeah,
hot
you
dog.
gotta. It's got to be made. Right
It's got to be
there.
made well.
Right. It's
The
gotta be
bread's
made
almost
well
got to be
right there.
toasted, so it's a little hardened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a toasted hot dog bun too. You ever
I
get
like
one of,
light. I hate. See,
I
that's
like
my
New
issue is
England style.
I like toasted buns, but I don't like them because they most of the time people burn them, and I don't want the bun burnt
A
at
little
all.
crust on it, a little brownie.
I like
Just a
yeah,
little
bro.
brown,
I
exactly.
could
I just
do a
went to
little
I went to Jordan's Lobster Farm.
Yeah, Island
a couple weeks
Park.
ago
huh?
for the lobster roll. They got a nice little toasted bun on there.
Have you ever been to Jamesport, where they have what's it called? It's a biscuit place, Biscuit on Main.
No, I've passed there.
I've heard it's one
Yeah.
of the best. I heard it's like the best biscuits ever.
Oh, I'm gonna
I've
stop
never
there.
been
I
there,
stop- I
and
got
I was
past there all
hoping
the
you've
time.
been there.
Nice. I will go in there.
All right.
And I stopped. Oh, I should go in there one day. I've never been.
And I
there.
heard their biscuits are like out of the sight.
I'm gonna
out of
go there
world.
Friday,
Like, I heard
probably.
everything's good there, but I heard the biscuits are like
That sounds good.
Maybe you
A good
passed it.
biscuit, man.
Yeah.
I went.
you need a good biscuit, but it's another one. You get a dry biscuit and you can't.
Terrible.
You'll die. You
A
might
biscuit-
die.
You might die.
A biscuit can be fantastic. Can be bad. I was in Portland, Oregon, a couple years ago. Again, downtown Ian Brown mentioned a place that had great like breakfast sandwiches, biscuits. Oh my god, sausage gravy on. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I still think about it to this day.
The place he took me to that you actually went to, that sandwich spot, he said that you were talking about something on the pod, and he's like, that's the sandwich place I took you to in Queens, in like
The chop
Woodside.
sandwich place.
It's like a little hole in the wall sandwich spot that's fantastic. It's like you
Saw
order
Chris,
out of a
saw
window.
Chris and Charlie's or out of a window.
Sal Chris,
Yeah, out
no.
of a, I don't know. I forget. I gotta
don't
ask
think
him.
he
what
went
the-
to Sal
I'm
Chris and
terrible with
Charlie's.
names. He's gonna yell at me because he'll listen.
Didn't
to
you go to
this.
the place in Huntington?
No, he took me to a place in Queens, right by his house,
I don't know.
and he said
That's
that's
Sal
the
Chris
place.
and Charlie's. The chop sandwich. The farmer and the butcher and the farmer is in Brooklyn, I think. So
I don't know. I gotta get the name of it, and I'll text it to you.
Wait, Sal Chris and Charlie's does the chopped?
no, they just do like the Italian.
I know
the,
they do, like,
famous
the
Italian
big-
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have
The
you ever
chop
ate at
sandwich place.
Delfonte's in Red Hook?
No.
See, that's a place that I don't know. I think they might have closed or whatever by now.
I'm not sure.
But that was, I don't know. Now you got me thinking about all these sandwich spots.
I was hungry.
Oh yeah, now I'm hungry.
Yeah, well, now we're in. So
I do have a pick.
I have a pick as well.
oh wow.
So you
exciting.
guys said that I'm not just going to go out and do picks, but I watched a movie this week that was fucking awesome, and a movie that was fucking awful. That was supposed to be like the best movie of the year.
Oh, I can't.
So the
wait
movie
to hear
that
it.
I liked that was fucking awesome was The Covenant. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I actually didn't think I was gonna like. I just thought it was gonna be like an action movie and whatever.
Wait, is this a John Wick thing?
No, it's called The Covenant by Guy Ritchie, Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, because there's a like a prequel to John Wick or something similar. Called the Continental. That's what it is.
I did see that. Yeah, no, this isn't that. No, this is about. So they basically took a bunch of stories from interpreters and that were working with the U.S. during the Afghan war around like 2018 when we were about to leave, and we basically left them all out to dry. Like we told them we'd give a lot of them visas, didn't give them visas, and then a lot of them got killed after we left. Because, America's the best.
Nice fun story. Nice
Yeah.
lighthearted story. Yeah.
So the movie is basically about how one interpreter saves this guy's life, goes through like heroic ordeals to get this guy out of harm's way and get the guy back to the base. They wind up not giving this guy a visa, and he's got to go into like hiding because now after we leave, the Al Qaeda was looking for interpreters, and he had like a price out on his head. So this guy winds up going back there to get him and bring him back. And it was just a really well done movie. It was awesome.
Okay.
I thought you didn't like it.
No,
you
so
said
the
you watched
other
it
one
on
was the one on Hulu. It's bothering me because I forgot to write the fucking name of it. But it's a new horror that just came out. And it's basically, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
How new?
It literally just came out this year, but I think recently this year. But people were saying it's supposed to be like the best movie of the year. And
Best
it was
horror movie of the year.
No One Will Save You. They
Yeah,
said
I'm not a horror movie fan.
I love
Yeah.
horrors,
Yeah.
but this is like a sci-fi. It's almost like an alien type movie. There's no dialogue, which I could get through a movie with no dialogue if it's good. It wasn't nowhere near good enough to get through a movie with no dialogue. And it's just this girl running from a fucking alien the whole time. And then they throw in what bothered me is they try to throw in this whole backstory about a sister who died and her mother. And it just like, I don't know. It was fucking an awful movie. So
All right.
don't waste your fucking time watching it.
Well, I won't I won't. I never would have.
Probably would have never watched that movie.
I-
The only reason why I
people
watched it is because I saw some stupid post where I was like, it's the best movie of the year. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And I like watching mostly all horrors, but
People
it was
love
terrible.
horror movies. It's like the #1 genre right now.
They
I
do.
fucking love
Especially
them.
this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the time now, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because horror is the only genre where a bad movie could still be good. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I have a podcast episode recommendation. I listen to This American Life every once in a while. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to that.
Yeah.
But I listened to an episode. It was episode 809. It's called The Call. And it was basically about hotlines. And this hotline, it starts off with like explaining how the hotline originally got started. Like the suicide hotline was just some dude named Bruce, but that wasn't even his real name. And then it grew into this whole thing. And then it goes into how many other hotlines have come out of this hotline business, right? So there's a hotline for everything. So this particular hotline that they cover is about I don't remember the name of it, but it was basically about people using drugs, and there's a hotline you call, and
You have a bad trip or something?
you call before you're about to do it. So if you're about to shoot up, it's like don't shoot up alone. Or
So
something.
if something happened, somebody knows that you
Yes.
shot up and they can't get in
Basically,
touch with you.
yeah. So they start out with a call. This girl Kimber, she calls up, and this lady's like, "How are you? What are you going to be doing tonight? What do you be?" And she's like, "I'm a day out of rehab." And the hotline lady is like, "All right, well, I want you to move things out of the way in the apartment. I want you to open the door." Just basically getting ready for an overdose.
Yeah.
And she talks you through it, and you hear the whole call. And by the end of it, she's saying, Kimber, she loses her, and she's like, "I'm gonna call an ambulance," and then that ends with basically you hear the ambulance come in, and
Stays on the call all the time.
and she stays on, and then the call ends. Basically, and then they go to. Turns out the EMT from that call knew this lady. from the
hotline.
from the hotline. They're all intertwined. So they basically start out with that. Then they go over what the EMT did, why he's an EMT and he was a user. But they go. I won't spoil it because it was, and then they finish it up with like the.
This isn't a series. This is one episode.
It was one episode on this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 1 hour, and then they wrap it up with Kimber and like tell you her story.
I feel like Kimber is a name I've never heard before. Is she missing the Lee? What's happening?
It is. It sounds like she came from a rough background, so
Yeah.
maybe it was supposed
The
to be
only
Kimber.
Kimber I know, but it's not even Kimber. It's Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice. I know.
That's what I thought of when I first did. Or Billy Kimber. What's that from?
That's from the
Gangs in
Billy fucking Kimber.
Oh, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
That's it.
But dude, it was one of like the best pieces of journalism I've listened to in a while. It was so well done, and they do this stuff over like a while.
That's a good segue for me too.
It was so great. So it was episode 809, I believe, of This American Life.
Recent one, then I guess.
It was 2 episodes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 809, The Call. So check that out. Highly recommend it.
Hotlines are funny because they're just literally like you pick. I want to work for a hotline because then there's no follow up, right? They just call you and you deal with them, and then it's kind of an anonymous thing, and then they hang up, and that's it,
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
I
It
think
is.
I should work for a hotline.
This one, little different.
I
Sometimes
would love to work on the just
You should call a hotline.
which one.
There's several. Maybe
But
try out a hotline.
Speaking of journeys,
Journeys?
journalists. I was trying to call them what they call them in. Forget it. Anyway,
By the way, he said I set him up perfectly for this, so I can't wait to see what it is.
no, you're not. You're not perfect, and I'm sorry. We want to wrap things up, but it brought me to how annoyed I've been at the reporters.
Oh, I knew he was going to bring up Farmingdale.
Oh yeah, show your shirt off a little bit.
Oh yeah, this is I'm going Dale strong. In tribute.
It's like stuck behind the mic.
The farming that's right behind the mic. Am I wearing that in what do you call that? In I don't know. Don't throw me out.
In honor of?
Yeah, and I
yeah.
I was just going to brain
Tribute
fart.
to?
Tribute in honor of the Farmingdale.
The Farmingdale,
band.
yeah.
My godson was on the second bus. Thank God he wasn't in the other one. But all the reporters just like vultures around the high school interviewing
Yeah, I
all the
know.
kids.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. They have a job to do, and they have to
But what
report
is
it.
that doing for anybody to interview
It's
somebody?
pretty
else?
gross.
Exactly.
I-
It's sickening.
Yeah.
They were outside the wake today, just with cameras on
Yeah,
everybody.
we passed it. He
And
made
people
sure we
say,
passed
like
it.
people say the
We
dumbest
had to go
thing.
that way.
People say the dumbest things on these videos. It's like
Yeah.
everybody knows it's horrible. It's a terrible thing.
What do you expect a 16-year-old kid in high school when before we even
it's
know
not even- it's like
what
when
really
par-
happened? They're
Like,
interviewing these kids.
Interview like parents is like, well, I have a kid that age too, so it's really awful. I'm like, oh, so if you didn't have a kid that age, you wouldn't think, it was awful. Like I don't have
That's what I'm
kids at
saying.
all, and I think it's awful.
Yeah, the interviews are just
Yeah.
unnecessary. It's ridiculous, and they're like fucking vultures all around.
It's pretty gross.
And like at the wake today, they were just like they're outside, literally just staring at the line. Why? I mean, I get it, but what's
Right.
like that's just not serving any purpose.
But who's watching it? Like, but they must do it because people must watch it.
of course,
Yeah, because there's
watch
people
it.
who love. I mean,
The
not
man
that
on
they
the
love
street,
this
like,
shit, but they're just
People-
watch the news.
People don't love that they love following a tragedy.
the story,
You
yeah.
love this.
Enough with that.
Can I just say? I was telling
Enough
you.
with that.
I
No,
was,
you can say whatever you want, but that's not true.
I know, but you've talked about how you do, like, not that this was something that you loved, but you like tragedies in general. Like you like to see that stuff. You follow it. So
That's such a fucked up thing. Wording on how. No,
it is. I don't.
I'm into. I have a morbid curiosity with dark
He's got a
things that have
morbid
happened.
curiosity.
Like, but I'm not. It's not like an occurrent tragedy. I'm like, yes.
So-
this is gonna be cool in 5 years. Like,
Can
no.
I just tell Ryan this? So he picks me up, and I'm like, I know he's texting me. He's like, I'm in full Farmingdale gear. I'm like, this guy loves this stuff.
You got the socks on.
He's got Farmingdale socks on. So he picks me up, and he's like, we're driving past the
I
wake.
hate
I'm
when
like,
you
do you
say
drive?
I love it. We had to go that way.
Right. All right, you don't love it, but you represent it. I don't know what you do.
Loving it, so that's like you love 9/11. You always. Tell
I don't
me.
mean you love it. You know what I'm saying.
Anybody who might be listening to this that doesn't know the story,
Yes.
somebody maybe
Explain
from you know,
Oh, that's also
another
fair
state
enough.
might have heard of it. There was a couple buses heading up to was it a band
was
camp?
Six
band
buses
camp,
heading
yeah.
up to band camp.
6 buses?
Upstate, yeah.
And
And
heading
the
up-
front bus's tire blew out and flipped over, and a teacher, the director of the band, they both passed away. 5 kids, I think, were put in critical care, who I think are all going to be
I saw
okay.
a thing today that said they're
They
all
should all
expected
make
to
it.
survive.
And
yeah.
there was like 43 kids that went to the hospital, but apparently the whole scene was just a fucking
Yeah, it
shit
was
show.
down. It
awful.
was down a pretty
50
severe
foot
drop, I
ravine.
think.
drop, and
Dude, and it is true. Like seeing like when it's your town, and we both love Farmingdale. Seeing it all come, like just even the things on the like at the bagel place. Everybody,
yeah.
Everybody comes together for this one. It's awful.
yeah, it's always it's not something that I'm proud of or that humans should be proud of. That something always means more the closer it is to you. I don't know why that is. Like,
I
but
know.
it's just a
It's
matter of
human
life
nature.
as it is.
It is.
The closer something is to, the more you're invested in it and you care about these people, like people you might have encountered throughout the day. But like shit like this happens all over the place.
Oh, yeah,
And
all the
it's- and
time.
It's like, oh wow, you hear that? Oh, it's crazy, yeah. And then you keep moving on. But when it's your neighborhood, you're like, oh my god,
It means something because
Yeah.
you know I remember I wasn't in band. I had quit the trumpet at that point, but I remember being like that was when I was in high school. That was a big trip for people,
yeah.
Well, apparently that's why a lot of people do the band, just solely because the trip is so much fun.
and it just puts such a. The school year is new. It's like it sucks. It's awful for
It's
those
going to
kids.
drain down onto like all the things that they would go to,
Everything.
like homecoming and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh,
But like
yeah,
the
it's gonna be
teacher
blown
I
up.
had, the teacher who passed away was my 10th grade social studies
Yeah.
teacher.
Was that right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't. She wasn't even. I don't even think she was still teaching, but she was still. I'm not sure the whole story.
involved.
I think
But
she
still
was just
very
I think-
involved with the
yeah,
band camp.
She was involved.
She had like her own cabin up there they used to give her, and like her own car
Yeah.
that she used to drive around.
So I heard about it from you texting before I saw even the article. And
Yeah.
I was like, it became like a much bigger story. I was like, oh, when you text me, I was like, oh, it's awful. I was gonna respond to you. I'm like, me later in the day being like, everybody wants to feel closer to the story. I'm like, yeah, a buddy of mine's godson
Yeah.
was on one of the buses. At that point, you're too far removed. Like, okay, so maybe just don't even bring that up because it doesn't matter.
so listen,
like,
I
everybody wants to be close to the story.
Oh
you know?
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
and it's also like a competition of information.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
even like on group chats that we were having,
Right
everybody. And listen, at first, my godson, when I first called him, he was on the scene, and I think they told everybody there that everybody's okay, they're just bruises.
Yeah.
because trying, I guess, not to get all these kids
you
wound
can't
up.
say.
Yeah.
So when I asked him, he said apparently it's just a bunch of bumps and bruises, no deaths. So that's what I first heard.
Yeah.
And it took me a little bit and like talking to other people, getting other news like and info about people being a little more serious than that. That I was like, this actually, I don't think it's, he may not be right. And I told people like, there's no injuries, everything's good, but that was wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everybody wants to be closer to it, and everybody, it's true.
Yeah. It's awful.
so
Terrible.
it is awful. But I just want to say one last thing about our friend here. It just made me laugh on the way here. Because I bust his chops with like he's so involved with this stuff, and we all are. But Chick loves to support. Like we said, he's got the whole full outfit on, and I get there and I'm asking him. I'm like, so what? He's got like answers for everything. How this happened to that person. I'm like, how did this person? And he's like, well, this happened. The bus. There was like a lot of details, intricate details that he gave me, and then I'm like. So your nephew was there. What instrument does he play? And he goes, you
I
got
knew
me
the
there.
shape of it. What is that?
That's a trumpet, like I said.
Oh, I didn't think it was that.
He's like, what are these? He literally had no
I
clue.
knew what the instrument looked like. I'm terrible. I didn't realize what it was. I
You
mean,
said
I
it was
knew-
a clarinet.
I said, I don't know. He's
plays
going.
by
I
a
said, it's
dr-
this way. He goes, does he do all this? And
one-
then I was thinking the big ones. I was like, no, he's not doing all that.
The one that Miles Davis plays. How about that?
Dude, it was so funny how he broke down the whole crash.
But yeah,
And I'm kind of like making fun of him just because I it's fun to make fun of
Yeah.
Chick for me. And and he's like, well, I'm invested because my nephew's there. And I asked him one question about his nephew. I have no idea what he plays.
See, listen, I know that was my godson. He's my little cousin, but very involved. He,
Oh, your godson.
yeah, he.
What's that? Yeah, I don't know the difference. What is? I don't know what a god. I thought a
I
godson's
just
a nephew.
my cousin picked me to be.
I don't know how these.
the
things
old school thing is, God forbid, something happened to the parents. The godparents usually take them, but there's not one family. I'm the godfather, and my mother's the godmother. I think.
work. Right.
But anyway, I know he's in band. I've seen him do it. I didn't know the name of the fucking instrument. What do you want me to tell you?
He was
I've seen him
miming
play
it.
more of his sports stuff. Exactly, because I knew what it was. I just didn't know what the fuck it was called.
what kind of bus was it? It was like, oh, it was a Bluebird 45.
No, they were the big ass fucking buses. I knew that.
Oh man. Well, yeah. So that was just it was wild.
I know it's strong, baby.
Dale is strong. We're Dale is strong. I would like to get one of those T-shirts. I would.
I got you.
Yeah. Anything you want to promote? I don't know. Now I don't know how to end.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Right?
Because
We don't know how to start and we don't know how to end.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Well, you made it this far,
Thank you.
everybody. Like, subscribe, comment. Keep those going. Our reels did pretty good this week. I mean, considering
yeah, one of these days.
one of these days.
I want to make like a legitimate, like a heartfelt promotional video, just like talking to the camera and to be like selling the podcast. Because I really believe this is like I listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't like a lot of podcasts. I think this is a good podcast.
So do I.
Like, but it's all about what you like. Some people like I was talking to Rich Grillo, and he was like, he likes a podcast about a topic, and he wants to hear about like something he's interested in. I'm like, I like just the opposite. I like podcasts about like nothing,
Random
about
things,
random
yeah.
stuff,
Random
about
stuff.
bagels and about that's
Yeah,
that's what I like to listen to.
100%
Like
the
a
same
conversation
thing.
I like to have that I'm just like listening to.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you know what though? But I've heard from a lot of people like it. Listen, we've been here for a while now
Yeah.
doing it. I think we're pretty good. I think we should try and push it a little more. I think
Yeah.
we don't promote ourselves.
We should all come up with one reason why we think this is a good, like a reason why you should listen to this podcast, and we'll
put it
record, like
together.
we'll record it.
Yeah.
and
That's a
we'll
good
have
idea.
little-
Yeah, we will
like,
do
like a
that.
selling point to why this thing, like this is a good
We
podcast.
should, like
Yeah.
a begging.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe with like a commercial
Yeah.
almost. I don't. Hey,
No, because
I
you're
got
right.
shameless promotion. So
I do like we were talking about this the other night. Sometimes I'll throw it on to listen, and I'm like, I listen to the whole thing. I enjoy it.
Sometimes I watch it to, like to make those clips, and I find myself like I just watched 15. Like I'm literally just watching it. Like it's good fun. I'm just watching the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
But
All
yeah,
right,
if you
boys.
made it this far, guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.